Hi, Ballet 7 girls. It's so happy to be with you. I'm so happy to be with you today. It's a beautiful day today. Hope you and your family are safe and are finding some fun things to do together as you are spending more time with them. So the structure of this first class for you online is going to follow the basic structure of our ballet class we've been doing of late. And that's spend time at the bar to practice our technique. And from there, we'll move to some of the individual center skills that you are doing in your dance. And depending on how much time we have, I'd like to get to the first part of the dance where you're all together dancing after everyone does their little do-si-do skip as partners, and we'll continue until our time is up. So welcome to my computer / piano / living room, and I'm going to be standing here, and this is going to be my bar chair. And the way we're going to do the bar work is you are going to mirror me. So we start our first pattern, the plie pattern, in first position. You're going to be using your right leg facing me. I'm left, but you're going to do the same side as a mirror of me. Okay, so make sure that you're not too close or too far away from the bar before we start. You can always adjust. And that whatever you're using, I'm going to use this knob here, that remember your hand at the bar, excuse me, is always in front of your shoulder as if you were holding your arms in second position with that hand in front. And let's just review the pattern. We start like this. We've stacked up our body parts correctly, and I'm just going to remind you about a few. And I'm going to face this way. You can too. Remember that you keep your big toe, little toe, and heel on the floor when your feet are flat to the floor. Your knees are turned out over your toes. Open those thighs up. And we get to our core. Our tailbone at the very bottom of our spine is to be facing down. We use the fish hook visual in the belly button to pull up those abdomen muscles. And the phrase is belly to back. We're kind of squeezing front to back, back to front, and quarter in crack, which is a little silly, but that's the same as squeeze Louise. Okay? Keep those shoulders pressed down and make sure you're not arching your back. You want your back to be long and tall. And keeping those shoulders down and that tailbone down, tummy in will help you get that long, tall back feeling. Excuse me, I have to turn off my phone. I forgot to do that. Okay, so our first pattern, we tendu side and second. You fix your feet. We do one demi-plie and straight, so that's just halfway as far as we can go without going too far in our grand plie. Here's our grand plie. 5, 6. You remember the arm stays curved, goes right past the knee. 7, 8. We tendu the same leg, close first. Repeat that pattern in first. Demi-plie 1. So our little toes are on the floor, please. Knees back over your middle toes. And 2. Finish tall in the thighs, quads and handies. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at my heels. I'm only lifting them as little as possible. 7, 8. Tendu 1. Our first fifth, we take our working leg to the back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then one more time to get to fifth in front. 2. We know what our fifths are supposed to look at. There's Bob. Can you see me? My Bob is waving to you. Bob is our big toe. Make sure your big toe is sticking out. 3, 4. We finish our plie with squeezed thighs. 5, 6, 7, 8. We are ready for our plie pattern. Here we go. 2, and tendu 1. Second position 2. Demi 3, straighten 4. Grand plie 5, 6, 7, 8. Tendu always on 1. Close on 2 first. Demi, straighten 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. Close back 2, 3, 4. Little toes on the floor. 6, 7, 8. Stop. Close front all the way to Bob. 3, 4. Pull up. 6, 7, 8. And remember too to keep those headlights, our hips, facing straight ahead. Other side. 3, 4. Out. Let's start that again. 3, 4 is just the hand on the bar. 2, 4, nice and soft. 6, 7, 8. 1. Close 2. 3. Finish squeezing those legs together. 6, 7. Keep that nice curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And finish strong and fresh. Squeeze those thighs together. Okay, good job. So I think I need to give you more time in between going from one side to the other, so I'll remember to do that. So our next pattern at the bar, you all know, is our tendu. There's 16 tendus altogether, and the first 8 are 2 sets of en croix, and en croix, those 2 words, translate into English in the shape of a cross. So we're here, and again, our preparation is just hand on the bar. So this is where we establish the correct muscle memory for the beautiful lines in ballet. Okay, so our first tendu is to the front. We have marker on our big toe, and we're going to draw a straight line to the front. 1 and 2. Let's do that again. There's only 1, and then we go to the side. Just a reminder for each of the directions of the tendus, when you point to the front, you lead with your heel. Okay, we're trying to maintain a turned out leg. So we have to lead with our heel so the knee stays side, the way it's facing when you're just standing in fifth position. So 1, good. And now remember to keep that knee straight. As soon as you can get your heel down, get it down so it doesn't bend. No bent knees allowed in tendu. Okay? No bent knees. So, again, to the front. Lead with your heel. When we bring it back, it's our little toe that pulls back. And remember, get your heel down as soon as you can so you can keep the leg straight. Okay, to the side, we don't really talk about a marker on our big toe because we have to pull our toe back a bit so that, and I know you know this, your big toes are across from each other. So think about what this is. This is like a second position. Okay, it's tendu to the side or to the second. So your second positions, your feet are right across from each other. So we keep the thigh turned out and you can look down, okay, because you're still obtaining that muscle memory that always eventually get that side position right across from the supporting foot, big toe. So let's start again from front. So your on quad is front and close, side. Now we have to close back because there's our cross so far, the front and the side. Now we have to go back. So back to marker on your big toe. Okay. Now to the back, we are on the side of our big toe. Okay. Again, that knee. We have to keep it facing the way it's facing. So we're on the side of our big toe, and then you close and you get that heel down. Remember, the sooner you can get the heel down without doing anything with the hips, they have to stay still, the better chance you have of keeping that leg straight. So we did back, front, side, back, and now one more side to the cross. It goes in the same direction, and then that's our arm quad. So we finish where we started. So let's do 2 sets of on quad. One and close, stand on 2 feet, side and close, stand, back and close, and side, and repeat. 1 and close. Our close, I use close and stand, alternating, because remember, when we stand in between what we do with our working leg, we have to be on both feet. And 1 and stand, 2 and stand, 3 and stand, 4. So there's 2 sets of that. And now, as you know, we do 8 to the side. And I would like you to just feel free to look down and make sure that you're getting that working leg big toe across from the supporting leg big toe. And maybe for the first 4, you can look down and then put your head erect, looking straight ahead again. So that's the other thing you want to remember, that when you're at the bar, the correct, the best way to hold your head is erect, but teachers all the time have the students look down or over just to see if everything's going okay. So now we have our tendu pattern that is 16 tendus, and they're kind of quick, but you've been doing awesome with this. Let's go. Repeat back, front, stand, side, stand, back, stand. Remember when we close, we squeeze our thighs together. We're closing our feet and our thighs. Keep going. You can look down if you want. And finish. So I'm going to pause it. And take a little more time. Going to the other side. Okay, ready? Stay tall. Be squeezing. Lifting. And to the side. Cross from the big toe. Cross from the big toe. Keep going. Get that heel down as soon as you can. Okay. So I think it's just wonderful that you have access to these videos as many times as you want to. And I do want to encourage just practicing the patterns without the music. So this way you don't have the pressure of staying with the beat, okay? So do both. Practice without, like I did with you before we put the music on, and practice with, okay? So our next bar pattern is rond de jambe. Of course, rond de jambe means to circle the leg. So we have very, very simple pattern. There's 4 and 4, okay? So we start here. This is the first pattern at the bar where you use the arm preparation. And our arm preparation is always front. Remember, when you hold your hands to the front, if you had a 2-piece swimsuit on, you would still be able to see your 2-piece swimsuit. Okay, so we're not here. We're right below our 2-piece. And about the space, talk about the space. So we do our little pinky thing. Raise your pinkies. We put our pinky in the middle of our thigh. Keep your pinky on your thigh. Open up your hands. There's your space. Now take it out because we pretend we have a little tutu on. When you raise your arms, that space stays the same. Don't close it up. Okay? So our prep is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, lucky you. You get to practice holding your arm in second. It's a process of being able to hold it well, long, and we're working on that. So remember, this is our dimple, we call it. Your dimple is facing flat to the front. Of course, flat, just that's the direction, but we have a little curve in our elbow because it's a curved arm. Okay? Your shoulder is pressing down, your elbow is lifting up. That's the doozy. Shoulder down, elbow up. Right under here, we're really strengthening those muscles here to be able to do that. So remember, when you look at your arm from the front, just look at mine, you can see that my elbow is lower than my shoulder and my wrist is lower than my elbow. That is the classical Cicchetti arm position in second. So when we do our pattern, we don't want any weeping willows, okay? I realize it's a challenge, but you want to think about that slant and that dimple. And of course, one more thing. When you look to the side, your elbow is in front of your shoulder and your wrist is in front of your elbow. So here's me. I'm not here. I'm here. Okay? And I've explained to you that we divide the body into front and back. And holding your arms in front is a counterbalance to, okay, the weight in the back. And that's a better way to balance keeping things forward. Okay, so for the rond de jambe, starting in first position, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lead with the heel, carry front. Now, we have alligator eyes for knees. Alligators can move their eyes without moving their head. Okay, so our knee is right where it has to be. We're going to keep it facing that way to the side. We say your knee is pointing to the ceiling. Now we're going to let our glorious ball and socket inside help us to keep that knee turned to the side. We end on our side of our big toe and close. And 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. On count 3, you're in the next position. And the fourth position is, it's not, well, it's first position when you slide through. 1, 2, 3. You can put your hand here now if that hip likes to go up. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. So you do 4 of those. And after the fourth one, you go to the back. And you point back, 2, 3. And get that heel around and your knee to the ceiling. 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Okay, the pattern is simple, but there's a lot of brain power going on here. Keep those legs turned out. Keep your hips square. Okay, here we go. Rond de jambe. Lift, help you get that leg out. 1, 2, 3. Those shoulders right over the hips. You're doing great. 1, 2. And get a full pretty point. Hold that point. Hold that point. Back, 2, 3. Hold that pretty point. Tippy toes. Tippy toes. 2, 3. Woo. Good job. Okay, I'm going to pause again to give you time to switch. Okay, here we go, other side. Just going to mention something else. You pretend, or you visualize that there's a fist underneath your foot. So that fist is going to keep your pretty point until you are to come through. Okay? Front, 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 side, 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 back, 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 close, close first, front, 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 back, 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 close. Get that fist under your arch. Keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it. Now relax. And reverse. Back, 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 side knee to the ceiling. Side of the big toe, knee to the ceiling. And finish. Okay. All right, here's our newest skill and pattern at the bar, and that is frappe. So we need to just spend a little time remembering the different technical pieces of it. So I just want you for now to lift up your foot in the sur le cou position. Remember, your foot, the back of your foot is resting on top of your ankle. Your foot isn't flexed tight, it's just hanging. There's a little tension in the ankle because we don't want it to touch the floor. Okay? Now, let's practice our little horseshoe thing with our foot because it's easy to get the right height of this position to the front because we have our ankle bone there, but not to the back. So we practice this little horseshoe thing and we make a half circle straight around, and that's the position to the back, which matches the height of the foot to the front. The most common mistakes with this piece of it is to do something like that in between when we strike our foot out. Okay. So I'm not going to switch my bar chair to practice the other side. You don't need to either. Okay, so let's take the other foot up. Remember that ankle bone, it rests right on top. And now we're going to take and make our half circle, horseshoe, and then around, and then around. So again, it's low on the back of the ankle as it is on the front, even height. Now, we're going to practice that front and back with just hinging our knee. So just watch. We have to keep our thigh in place. Now I'm going to use my knee like this. Okay, this is my thigh. This is my knee. My thigh stays still. And you don't go that far. Okay, you just go underneath your knee. Okay, so watch. So thigh is still, I'm pressing back. Just like straight and relax behind your knee and go like that. So if I show you that from the side, the thigh's going to stay here. Okay, let's try the other foot. The other leg. Here. Remember. Okay, so you have to relax the back of your knee. There we go. Snug it up back there. And again. Stay still. Okay. Okay. So now we put that with the strike. Frappe means strike. Your frappe is going to really strengthen your metatarsals. They are to help you improve your jumps. Okay. So the preface is fast. 1, 2. So we do this, and then we place it. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Back, 2, front, 3, So you do 16 of those, okay? This is definitely one of the more challenging bar skills for the syllabus we're studying, grade 1, but that's what makes it so worth achieving. So just be patient with yourself. You all will eventually be able to do this beautifully. Okay, so after number 16, you are required to try to balance just until the music stops, and then you get to close. Okay. One other thing about the actual striking of the frappe on the ground, we've compared it to two things, a clap and a spank. So, but it's down, okay? And it hits the floor, and then it releases. Hits, releases. Okay, here we go. 16 frappes. Three, four. 1, 2. Strike the floor. 5. Don't go too high to the back. Keep going. You should hear a little bit of a clap with your foot. 2 more. Out and hold. Balance. Close. Okay, we're going to pause. All right, frappe on the other side. Stretch. Place. 1, 2. Halfway there. Put your hand inside your thigh. Keep it from moving. Last one. Hold it down there. And close. All right. Good job. So, let me check my list. Sure. So I'm going to give you just one more bar pattern, and it's the échappé releve from 5th. This is going to be in front of me, but I can do it. You can do it this way. So remember, your échappé translates to escape. And of course, releve is rise. So what we're doing here is from 5th position, we're escaping those legs, feet right across from each other, and then we're changing our feet. Out, in, out, in. Okay, so before we ever spring or jump, typically, I have all the ballet students just hang out in the plie positions that they're going to be using in their series of springs or jumps. So put your right foot in front, and all the way back to the beginning of this class, we talked about how the feet are to be held, and let's keep our big toe, little toe, and heels on the floor. And take that demi-plie. And just hang out. Okay? Press those knees back over your toes. Feel especially your little toe in the back. What happens a lot in springs and jumps is the back foot rolls and it pushes your plie forward, and Then your plie isn't working for you as it should, because it is the plie that propels you in your springs and jumps and leaps and turns sometimes. So let's take the other foot in front. And plie. How about that little toe back there? Make sure it's on the ground. Press those knees back. Stay tall. And straight. Okay, good. So, especially those heels pressing down into the floor help you spring or jump. So, the other position we have is the releve. Okay? Now, your second releve, of course, your feet are supposed to be right across from each other, and it's a demi. Demi means half. So, like this is a quarter, this would be a half, and then very high is a 3/4 releve. So those are the two positions of the feet. One is the fifth plie, the other is the releve in second. In Cicchetti, which is the method of ballet we study at center stage, you spring up onto the balls of the feet. There's no slide. Listen to slide. No. Okay. When you spring, you're skimming the floor. There's space between the balls of your feet and the floor. So you don't hear that slide. Okay? So those are the three things I want you to remember to keep that back foot in a good plie. Work on getting that second right across from each other. You can see how that's connected to when we do our tendus at the bar, making sure they're across. And then the third thing would be to make sure that you swing. Okay? You could listen for that, make sure there's no slide or someone else can do that for you. So there's 16 of the échappé releves, and the timing is 1, hold 2, 3, 1, hold 2, 3, 1. It just keeps repeating that. Okay. And I believe I told you that it's, and I can just do it this way. This pattern is facing your bar or chair. And 1, 2, change, 2, 2. Up, up. No sliding. Push off those heels. Halfway. Cross your fifth all the way. And finish. Yay. Okay. So that finishes our bar. We're pretty close to class being over. So I'm going to start the review of the dance now. I am going to face this way, just for my brain benefit. Reversing all of it would be a little tricky because the patterns just don't go back and forth. So I'm going to review just how we start at the very beginning, because we all do that introduction together. After that, I'm going to skip the partner stuff where you meet your partner in the middle, and then you go back to your place. You all are getting it's probably already on YouTube, the last class video. Kyan took it because Kyan had hurt her toe or something. Hope that's all better, Kyan. So at the beginning, we start with our right foot front. We're holding our skirt. We hold the first 8, then a quick plie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, you may recall that I said that when we're digging, our hands are going to be on our hips. I believe there's one exception, but that's the rule we follow. So, at the beginning, you are holding your skirt in 5th position with the right foot front. And hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Let's just do that with the music. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's enough of that. Now you have a video, you can keep practicing, get it just right. So after the last partners, Kyan and Bailey, do their do-si-do. Follow me. Remember, we have 6 8s in this section, and each partner gets 2 8s, okay? So that means that Kyan and Bailey go on the 4th 8, and they have to have enough time to come together and skip, so they use up for the 4th 8, the 5th 8, and when they get back to their place, and you are all just waiting for them, like this, okay? On the 6, 2, 3, 4, they're there, whoops. And we all together do 5, 6, 7, 8, whoops, okay? So I'm gonna stay facing this way so I don't confuse myself and you. So everybody did their partner of do-si-do. Kyan and Bailey were last. You're counting in your head how many 8s so far? We're on 6, 2, 3, 4. They're there, like you. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we go from here, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we start our balance step. And actually, it's more like a waltz because it's down, up, up. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still holding the skirt. This is like the beginning first part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me get the exact counts on that. We just did our turn. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So let's do that again. Everybody's back to their spot from the beginning of the dance. Kyan and Bailey just got there. You're all waiting patiently and smiling. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One spot, 2, 3, 4. Wait, do that again. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how I'm counting it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need the music. Let's put the music on. 31. Three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stay up. Let's do that one more time just with the music, and then I'm going to do it counting correctly. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stay up. So the first thing I want to point out, which I pointed out in class, is before your first balance waltz, I'm going to call it waltz from now on. Before your first waltz, it's 5, 6, 7, 8. Before your second waltz, it's slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're counting now half time compared to the very beginning. 1, 2, 3. We're counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. That kind of counting works better for the dancey part versus that very beginning. Okay. So everybody's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do we do? 1, 2, da, 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 and here. And here's the slower to this and back to 6. And 2. Okay, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. 7, 8. And 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stay up 8. Let's do that with the music again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5. Down. Yeah. Back. Down. One more time. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm just going to leave the music on, and I promise this is the last time. Up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those last 2 times I did it, my counts were correct, totally correct. So please practice that section of your dance and continue to watch the full dance video. Next week, your class will consist mainly of going through the dance from where we just ended. I do want to encourage you to do the bar patterns in this class every day, if possible. Thanks, girls. Miss you.